Hello and welcome to another edition of Once Upon a Week. My name's Chris Billingham, one of the hosts of Nothing But Static, UK television-based podcast. Had something stuck in my throat. Yes, welcome. If you're watching this on the weekend it goes up, happy Easter. Hope you're having a brilliant weekend. This Easter, I've spent my time trying to grow a beard, as you can see. A lot of that looked like this. Come on, grow. And also, you know, I'm trying to lose a bit of weight at the moment, a bit of a bigger guy, so I spent a lot of time resisting chocolate. Fuck it. Yep. Neither thing is going that well, if we're honest. But yeah, who knows? For those of you wondering, yes, ridiculous intros are probably going to become a thing to this vlog, which is of course me watching an episode of Once Upon a Time every week. The series is ramping up now. I think I'm on episode 17. Yeah, I think I'm on 17, so we're coming to its conclusions. I'm excited to see where it's going to go. Excited to see which characters are going to get developed. Sorry, bit of I don't know. It wasn't really. But what do you call that when it's like? Is that just wind? When it's a bit of wind? When it's not a burp? Like that wasn't a belch. Do you know what I mean? But it was a bit of wind. Do you call it wind? Like in the UK, wind is farting. Like that's not me farting. That's just me. Bit of wind. I don't know. Is that the term? Comments below. Yeah, I'm gonna go watch the episode before I keep showing clips of me with my face in an egg and talking about wind. But you know, I'm excited to see. So I'm gonna go watch. Gonna come back. Gonna give you my thoughts. Okay, first of all, apologies for talking about growing a beard and then sitting at an angle where you can't actually see the full scale of the beard. Apologies for that. As many of you know, I can't. I use my phone as a camera, and basically I can't definitely see the angle when I shoot. So apologies for that. Hopefully, full beard is in display now. But moving on, the episode Hat Trick dealt with in the fairy tale world. The Mad Hatter. Hello. Deals with his story, how he gets trapped in Wonderland, how he goes mad, and introduces some realms and a hat which can show you the realms. This show is nuts when you say sentences like that. And in the real world, where you know the fairy tale characters are trapped, it dealt with Emma and Mary Margaret being captured by said Mad Hatter, who knows about, you know, who he is and what's going on, and he's trying to make Emma build a hat, which seemingly she may have done because we don't see him in the real world. We don't know where he's gone. I hope this means that they stop doing the only one knows the truth introduction, because now 3 people know the truth, the Hatter, Gold and the Queen, so please stop that intro. But more importantly, good cracking episode, and you know those regular viewers of this will be like, oh, but this isn't a character we've met before, Chris, but you still enjoyed it. I did, because it felt like he felt so connected. This felt like such a vital episode. It introduced other realms. Now, obviously, I know that there was a spin-off called Once Upon a Time in Wonderland. They've mentioned the word realms before, so I sort of knew that was coming. But to see them go into the hat and to see all those doors and go, oh shit, there's a lot of possibilities, was exciting and was a clear indication of how this show has gone on for 5 years. It does make me like I want Emma to believe in the fairy tale world, which was touched upon in this. I want the characters we know to realise what's going on. That still feels like the logical conclusion to series 1. And opening up the realms presumably means that they don't have to do that. But I hope they do. But what a clever and ingenious way of keeping the show going. Hatter himself, fantastic acting. You truly believe by the end of it that he's nuts. And the Queen's done some horrible things, But deliberately separating a man from his daughter is just one of the most horrific things, and it really makes you sort of dislike her. I mean, Evil Queen's an interesting character because all the way along you dislike her, but you don't root for her, but equally I've never felt like, oh, I want to see her demise, like people did with, say, Joffrey in Game of Thrones. But today was really like, oh, you can fuck off, Queen. Like, separating a man and his daughter, you bitch. Like, I know she's killed people, and that's also been awful. But, like, there's something, when you bring in a child and you bring in, like, you look at a father-daughter relationship and you do that, it adds a lot of drama. Even if she was trying to get her father back. Now, I will say about that this is where, in some ways, I think the flashbacks in Lost were a bit clearer. Because the flashbacks in Lost always happened with... Like, I think you somehow in Lost, even if they varied in, like, it's not like Jack's flashbacks were in chronological order, you still felt you were able to catch up a bit more. Like, when we saw her dad, my first reaction was, but isn't he meant to be dead? And then it's like, oh, well, maybe this is taking place before he died. But something about the way they've done it and the way they've muddled it so much makes it feel a bit confusing. I don't know if that's because the flashbacks have more integrated characters than the Lost ones did, whereas, like, in Lost, a Jack flashback tend to just concentrate on Jack. Whereas this, we have a Mad Hatter flashback, but it includes the Queen and includes the Queen's dad, father, King Henry or Prince Henry, whatever it is. And I think I do get confused and a bit muddled by their flashbacks. As a note, to the executive producers who are no doubt watching, no, presumably that's. I don't know. That's the thing as well. That's either got worse or that's calmed down as the show's gone on. And maybe it's just me being a moron. Maybe no one else has that opinion. So if you do have that opinion or you don't, comments below. Yeah, really good. Really excited about the next one. It's like I say, it's building momentum. And but don't give me a teasing scene where Emma believes again, because you could tell she was just doing it so she could like knock the Mad Hatter out. But that scene where she sort of says that she wishes more than anything that Emma could be her mum, like, it's so heartfelt and touching. And if they don't reward us with Emma believing Henry by the end of this series, I'm gonna be annoyed. So yeah, that's everything. As I said earlier, have a very happy Easter. If you're watching this week and it goes up. If not, just hope you're having a happy life whenever you may be watching this. And yeah, let's see what next beard brings. Let's see what next week brings. But let's see. I'll either have shaved it off or I'll be committing. So I bet you can't wait to see, not only what my thoughts on the next Once Upon a Time episodes are, but whether the beard has grown. There's now 2 reasons to follow this. I'm giving you 2 reasons to watch. So don't say I don't love you. Okay, brilliant. Have a very good weekend. And check out Nothing But Static on the old internet. You can check out the podcast, nothingbutstatic.co.uk. You can check out our YouTube channel by clicking on the Nothing But Static profile you can see below, or youtube.com/nothingbutstatic. Nothing But Static without the G for Twitter. I'm on Twitter, C Billingham, 2 M's. Dan, my co-host, on Twitter, Dan Doolan. Sir Dan, I can't remember his Twitter handle. Oh, he says it every week. He's not going to be happy. Oh, insert me knowing his Twitter handle here. It is at Dan Doolan. I didn't forget. I just wasn't 100% sure, but it is at Dan Doolan. So there we go. My name's Chris, and I will see you once upon a week.